to the IC1 podcast. Our guest for today is Bishar Mahfouz.
حفظه الله.
How you
Hello,
doing?
people.
How you guys doing?
Doing fine.
Today we have a special guest. Every guest is special. Anyways.
But I'm the most special.
Debatable.
Debatable.
But anywho, introduce yourself.
My name is Bishar Mahfouz, aka Wahsh 7.
أكيد.
My gaming account is called Bisha FSA, and I don't think that's an interesting idea. Anyways, yeah.
What does FSA stand for? Oh, we'll not get into that. Moving on to the.
What are you studying? What are you doing with your life? What are
Whoa,
guest
whoa,
as
whoa,
well.
whoa!
Oh.
Our second guest.
Yeah,
the
that's the most
famous
important
water
thing.
bottle?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your message to everyone before we start the video?
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, guys. Stay hydrated.
Drink water.
Okay, no.
Anywho,
Enlighten me.
so we know that you are a sports person.
Yes.
Okay, so since when did you begin playing sports and enjoying sports and going into professional teams?
What
ever
type of sport do you play?
I play football, tennis, basketball, but I'm focusing on basketball. I started ever since I was a kid. I
Mhm.
was influenced by my father because he was a Syrian national player, basketball player,
Oh,
in the 80s, and he wanted all his children to be
So it's a
good
legacy.
at basketball. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
What happened?
And-
Was your brother the same?
No, I think the only one who succeeded at basketball between my siblings is my eldest sister. She was able to play in Nasser club.
MashaAllah.
oh,
Yeah.
nice. You're trying to improve by the day to actually play professionally,
Yes,
or
yes. I'm trying my best, but it's so hard because we have studies and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
so during sports when you play, you counter a lot of injuries. Is there an injury or a story where you got injured and actually affected you in a major way?
For basketball, the worst injury you could get is the ankle injury because it will stay with you forever.
Mhm.
You will always feel that your ankle is weak. The injury is when you twist your ankle, it might get torn or stretched, but it's at the end of the day, it's really bad.
Okay.
So,
I suffered that 1 year ago, and I still sometimes feel the pain.
But you're
Mm.
still going on.
Yeah,
playing.
so there's no cure for it, and it will stay forever. And
The only
does it affect you? Other than the pain, does it affect you?
No, in a normal life it
No.
doesn't. But if you want to feel better, you have to train and practice to make the muscles in your ankle stronger.
Because they get.
The ligaments, they get stretched out, so you need to
If you
make it stronger.
If you stop using it, if you stop practicing
Yeah.
with these stuff, it's getting weaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys? Do you guys nothing?
I had one injury. It was a horrible injury. High school, volleyball team. Not really, maybe kinda. I was barely there, but yeah, I used to play volleyball, and I was horrible at volleyball. Okay, compared to normal standards, even compared to bad standards, I was horrible. But I was playing, and they let me play. One day, the ball was high. I wanted to smash the ball. It was easy point, easy win. It was almost at the end of the game.
But guess who lost?
So what happened was, lost the game or lost my foot. I jumped very high, and then I smashed the ball. I score. I'm so happy. It's so good. And then I fall and I twist my ankle.
Nice.
So the same injury.
Partial tear in my ligament.
Yeah.
I land, then the foot is like this. Everyone's happy because I scored the point and I'm dying on the floor.
Wait, actually, that's more the point.
And they wanted to start serving the next ball. They're gonna go serve the next ball, my team.
And they left
And,
you.
and I'm dying on the floor. And then they realize, Kareem, get up. I'm like, I can't. I can't get up. My leg was very swollen. I couldn't stand up on it. I went to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. Got a cast. Everything was good. Even till now, after that, many months after the injury, even after I removed the cast, I did feel the leg was very weak.
Yeah.
Now, only after many years afterwards, the effect gone. I don't feel it at all. Like I don't feel like it has any effect, but it did affect me for the year afterwards, or
Maybe
for 2 years.
you don't feel the effect because you don't play sports.
You didn't have to expose him like that, man.
maybe it's true.
Okay, my experience was breaking the same arm twice and the same method. Basically, anticipating a football that was like strong, with the wrong move, and then it basically pushed my arm and like it broke my arm.
You didn't learn from your mistake, huh?
Uh,
You did it twice.
I
You
mean,
learned the second time.
the first time I wasn't the goalie, but I was in front of the guy that was shooting. I was eating a sandwich, and then I see a ball. I tried to stop it.
I'm hungry now.
And the second time I was a goalie, and basically I don't know how, like I did a very wrong move and basically did the same damage.
Interesting.
But you know, sometimes when you get injured, sometimes it has its good reasons.
Yeah.
For example,
I don't see any good reasons
That makes sense, that makes
for
sense.
injuries.
Once in grade 12, in my senior year, I got injured with my right arm, and this is my strong arm.
Mm-hmm.
So it was casted for 4 months.
So you had
And
to use your left one.
I had to use my left one, and I was on the basketball team as well. So I remember that I used to practice with my left hand, and it made me better with my left hand. So like now I can use both while playing.
That's good. That's good. That's really good.
That's
So
it.
Mm-hmm.
look at it in another perspective.
Yeah, always look
Yeah.
at the positive view.
Yeah.
So which arm did you break, the right or left?
The right.
Interesting.
And a fun fact: I never removed a cast, like using the normal saw in the hospitals. I was always like in Syria when the thing happened. Like it will happen the last month. The last month it will always happen. The last month of school, and then I'll travel straight away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my grandfather brings his tools and
No.
that was a painful. That was yeah, that was the most painful part of the journey.
Nice.
I mean, hospitals in Syria are still scary. Yani.
Anywho, so we have a bottle in here. We have we heard like there's a part where you were a sports coordinator and you were trying to impose. I mean, your active duties are a bit diminished.
Declining.
So, like, you love water, or do you just drink it for the sake of drinking water?
No, I think no, water is helpful. I don't like water, but it's really helpful. It's really like we should all.
Did you
drink
notice anything before and after drinking water?
Other than going to the bathroom.
Yes.
That's a struggle for everyone,
Look,
to be honest.
I don't know, but like it will help the muscles to relax. Water will help a lot of that. But the main reason why I started drinking it because I had acidity, and drinking a lot of water used to help.
To calm it down.
Yeah. So that was the main reason, and yeah, it's working.
I mean,
good.
it starts
That's
like, you know,
like for me, it started for a reason, but now it's a habit.
it's a habit.
Mhm.
And you drink like other soft drinks or anything,
Yeah.
fizzy drinks?
Juice. I drink a lot of juices. Soda drinks, not as before, like much less.
Mm-hmm.
You try to avoid them as much
Yeah.
as you can.
That's good.
Because at the end, like what happened to me back in school, I was like, I'll cut off everything. Even when drinks come with the meal, I would just like order water instead, and that happened. Like this is what
So it
like
starts
yeah, it
as-
started as a habit, and like now whenever I hold a water bottle, I just drink it straight
Mhm.
away. It's like I'm drinking something that I would love to drink.
Yeah.
For me, water is much worse. I barely drink water. I remember like in some days in uni, I get this small water bottle, like what is it, 500 milliliter, the small one.
You don't
Yeah.
finish it.
I don't finish it. I in my dorms
Wow.
I have a bunch of half-filled 500 milliliter bottles just because I always finish half, and then
Wow.
and then I end up finishing them in dorms sometimes. But yeah,
Nice.
I'm really bad at drinking water. I
To-
probably should drink more water.
To be honest, I think drinking water is gonna like it makes your skin better. Like for me, the reason why I started drinking a lot of water is like when I was in school, I used to get my hands like they're so dry and like
Cracking.
the skin goes off quickly
I get you.
all over, like not only my palms, all over the hand. So I started feeling like I'm a bit disgusted. So I started gradually drinking water. It started to fade away a bit, then come back again because I didn't used to drink as much water as I drink now. Like in a week or in a day, I would drink 3 liters of water. So the effect now shows much more than how it was before.
And you've benefited a lot.
Way more.
The
way
why
more.
Fiji water? You know, everyone sees you with
Okay.
your Fiji
That's-
water.
that's-
People
that's-
want to know why Fiji.
Like, why do you need to buy this?
See, this guy
Oh my
drinks-
I
god, I
don't
want
need
to
to
buy
buy
this
it.
because
I don't
oh,
need to buy it.
I need my minerals to be exact.
No, actually, look, I don't need to buy it. But
Then?
the thing is, for a person that drinks a lot of water,
Mhm.
they would notice a difference in the taste.
Okay.
Like, for example, you notice the difference in Aquafina taste.
It's because it's plastic, it's not water.
Exactly, that's the thing.
That's a different
So-
matter.
No, it's not a different matter. As for Masafi, as for Arwa, as for Evian even,
Okay.
it has a different taste. For every single type of water, it has a different
So you're a
taste.
water lover.
You can say so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, a water taster.
What's your, so you're a water lover, he's a water taster.
Actually, I'm both. I really love water. Like,
you
I
love the
wouldn't-
taste. And drinking.
No, he's
Yeah.
a water taster. I just drink water, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever
he
the-
doesn't
my,
really
my,
like it
my
that much.
favorite is Al-Ain.
Of course, because
That's because you're
Like,
from
being
an
loyal.
For me, when I used to go for like the races that I used to go to, they only gave us my Dubai. As like while I'm trying, like I take a sip, and the rest I just put it on the horse. I can taste the water in my mouth. I didn't like it, but it's the only thing that I can drink. So I just drink it.
Have you ever tried drinking tap water?
I've did.
Where?
Egypt. Not that.
Egypt?
Good. Yeah.
Is Egypt's tap water safe to drink?
No, they have a filter there, so they
Okay.
just drink it.
They say it's like it's the best, and I don't know what.
No, no.
They say in Egypt that if you drink from the Nile, you would come back again, and people till now they still drink it, even though like I've went to the
polluted?
Nile and it's not that clean, but still people drink it.
I think there, as you said, I think there are filters.
There are filters in each house, like for example, for like in the kitchen, that's my grandma's house. In the kitchen, she has the sink and she has a filter on the side of the sink, where like she can open the tap water and put the cup and drink it.
Yeah.
In here in the UAE, I think in all Emirates, I'm not sure, but the water quality is cleaned
It's
up
drinkable.
to to
Yeah,
a point
but-
of drinking. It's not to clean to a point of washing. No, it's to
But
drinking.
the thing
Oh, the
is,
tap water.
people would get themselves to drink it. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just you have to change the habit.
Exactly.
But then I don't think they publicate it or like they say that this is for drinking.
They don't.
It's,
No,
it's
no,
that
no, they
level,
don't.
but no one says that, or no one publicizes the fact that
Exactly.
it's for drinking.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe it's not meant.
yeah, true.
Although it's the same level of
Mm.
quality
No,
for
I never
drinking.
knew this
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, it is. It is
Interesting.
like clarified to the point that you can drink it.
What next? Noah?
So what's next, Bashir? So we know that you have the best laugh.
We just
in
heard
the
a couple of
history.
times here.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So
We're gonna reach to-
okay. Are you confident enough to talk about it? Or,
Yes, of course.
yeah. Okay.
I'm
So
proud of it.
That's good. That's really good.
so how did it like happen? Like you know,
Um,
because
it started in grade 10.
mm-hmm.
Let me say during puberty or after puberty, let's say. But like I don't know how it happens spontaneously, to be honest. Once I love this laugh in,
And you
in
liked
the
it?
class, and people start laughing, then start happening again and again and again. I was like, what the hell is happening with me? And people were laughing. I was like, yalla, let's leave it like that.
So now it's a part of you that like, there's a part of you when you laugh, you would want the people around you to also laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a positive thing in that sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
you-
that's
Yeah.
good. That's
you
good.
make people laugh.
yeah. Let me see. Yeah.
That's really good.
Have you had any difficulties with it? Like, have you ever faced any difficulties because
People,
of it?
yeah,
No.
people bullying you
None?
about it, and
That's so good,
that's
actually.
good. That's really good.
Like yeah, people would say stop laughing like that, or
Mhm.
I don't care. I don't care.
Fair enough.
It's you, it's who you are.
Fair enough.
Like and when you're like in a public space, do you feel embarrassed if you laugh or
No,
no?
I
Not at all.
I'd feel happy because the people around me would like don't laugh, and I'd laugh. It's like I don't know what's
Yeah.
it called in English. بس بجاكرن.
Ah,
I get you.
like you are basically Yeah.
Annoying them technically.
Yeah, annoy
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Making them feel embarrassed.
But right now you're not laughing that laugh. You have another laugh.
Which one?
The one that you're using right
The
now.
calm one, the one
Like,
that you don't take in too much.
Is this
Yeah.
like a phase where you can control or no?
I don't know. I mean, it's a laugh.
Never thought of it.
Yeah. See, it depends. Yeah.
I think if the laugh comes out uncontrollably, then it's Bishir's laugh.
Yeah,
And if the laugh
surprisingly,
is
by the way.
if you think about the laugh, it
But-
might come out.
But sometimes when the thing is really, really, really funny, I would have like another next level laugh.
Yeah, surprisingly, by the way, he's not the only one who has a weird laugh. When I got to the point that I laughed that I can't breathe anymore, my brother noticed this in me like 2 weeks ago. He was like, "What are you doing?" Like it goes when when I take my breath, I just produce a weird sound, and it just keeps on repeating like it's on a loop until I stop laughing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, no, we have no one laughs. Really?
Yeah, maybe his laugh is like.
Kareem, you need to work on your laugh.
I
man.
never noticed this. No, tell me more, because I never noticed it. Tell me. I want to hear.
So this is not that we're talking about.
I think the mic levels have to be reduced because.
No, it's okay. We can do it in the editing process.
Ugh.
Anywho, so apart from this,
Yes.
we have a life
Do
and
you?
we have problems.
Do you now?
Sometimes.
We all do, even if it's imaginary. Yani.
Problems,
Okay,
yeah. Life,
okay.
I'm not sure about.
Problems, okay, we do have, but life?
So you are a student who lives in dorms,
Yes.
and you live away like from your parents, right? So some people would think, it's an easy thing to do, or I'm away from my parents, I can do whatever I want. But what are the struggles that at the beginning of your freshman year that
That's
you
really good you got this topic up.
because like some people actually suffer, some people like end up with mental illness because they are
Exactly.
away from their parents, they're away from their loved ones. So
Okay.
what are the things that you struggle from?
For my case, it wasn't as bad as the other people because when I first came to this uni, my roommate was my best friend in high school,
Mhm.
so we helped each other out. But like the struggles that I found out, I had to wake myself up using the alarm. I never
Everyone
did
struggles.
Who used to
I-
work you for school?
My mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to the dishes.
Yeah.
It became a concern. Doing your laundry.
So technically
became a
you were
concern.
thrown
Yeah.
somewhere that
Yeah.
you had to do everything yourself.
Yeah, but I'm still like my case is much better than other people because imagine if your parents are living outside UAE.
True. Speaking
you
about
would-
that.
Yeah, you would have to cook for yourself.
True.
Luckily, my parents live in Al Ain, which is 1 hour away, so I would get my lunch from there,
Mhm.
and the lunch it would be enough for 3 days.
Mhm.
So I don't care about lunch.
Mhm.
But other people, like for my example, my roommate, his parents live in Jordan.
Mhm.
Uh, he eats like a lot of junk food, and he spends a lot on food.
Yeah.
Food, yeah. Some people cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people do. But then
Yeah.
again, some people are a
Depend-
bit lazy.
Depends
cook.
on the character of the person.
True.
If he likes to cook, he would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But if he doesn't like to cook,
Yeah,
just
he'd actually
junk
order
food.
instead.
Yeah.
What about the environment of the dorm?
The environment of the dorm, I think it's one of the best experiences I have in university life.
Mhm.
To be honest, like
Mhm.
all the banter happens there. Like everyone, like after what's it called? After the classes are done.
Mhm.
Yeah, after like 5, 6,
you'd
everyone
all,
is
you'd
back.
all go meet in the lobby or one of your
Friends don't.
Friends, yeah.
friends' rooms. Would play cards, PlayStation. Would laugh at each other.
So technically, it's like a sleepover,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
but without the sleeping.
yeah, yeah.
And with the friends part. When it's almost,
Yeah,
it's always there.
Exactly.
Yeah, but some people, but you're talking about mental illness. I don't know who.
Yeah.
I heard someone got like she was a transfer student and she got like they cancelled her thing to go back to her country because she had mental issues because of it. she was away from her family and so on from the US, and the transfer curriculum for her was cancelled because of it, and she got dropped from a course that I'm in because of that. She was 2 weeks in a hospital because of that, and she got dropped.
I mean, like when it's an experience, right? It's a
Exactly.
new experience, and I think it's an important
It's an important
experience
one.
where you have to
Depend
depend on yourself. So like from freshman year to a senior year now, how do you find yourself like as a growing person? What did you do? What can you do now that you couldn't do before, other than like
Um,
Wash clothes.
that's it.
It seems that you struggle with that.
No, no, no,
Kareem.
like-
Like maybe even dealing with people, or dealing with the fact that you are away from your family, or
you get adapted like no actually like
Depends
you
on the
learn how
person.
to get adapted with other people, living with
Mm.
other people.
mm-hmm.
You know how to like, so what's it called,
Live with it.
yeah, live with it.
But sometimes if you have a bad roommate, like depending on your standards, what do you do? Like in this case, how do you adapt to it?
For I never had a bad roommate. Alhamdulillah.
Let's
but,
say
but
it's a
but
hypothetical
it's a-
scenario.
But,
Yeah.
but,
But,
there
like,
is-
don't
but
you
there
have
is a very big issue. Like I know a lot of people who have bad roommates,
Mhm.
and they actually struggle.
Mm.
Like last fall, we had a case where two people who were living in the same room. They always used to fight.
Nice. That's me and my brother.
Yeah, to an extent.
Not a good thing.
To an
I
extent-
mean,
to an extent, one of them used to sit in our room always.
Ah.
Because it said like, I'm afraid to go to my room. I don't wanna sit with that guy. So he
mm,
was using his room just to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
But-
like
but-
how I use my room.
But don't you do that like most of the time in dorms? You just
Uh,
stay around in uni campus and have fun. and
Not everyone. Like for my case, I spend my time in dorms more. Not on campus, because I have to go back to my room to get ready for the practice.
Mhm.
And after practice, I'll be exhausted, so I'll go back to my
Mhm.
room. Yeah, but I want to talk about the mental illness. A lot of people feel homesick.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and I know someone you guys know, like you know him a lot. He had that homesick
Mm.
thingy, and what helped him is the boys with him in the room.
Mhm.
His friends.
so like
they helped him to go
friends
through it.
are
Yeah.
a vital part
Yes,
in.
yes.
Uh,
And the supervisors, a lot of people they don't like the idea of having what's it
A
called,
curfew?
and stuff like that. But I don't mind it. Like
Mhm.
I don't really care. يعني, okay, what if I go after the curfew? Nothing will happen.
Mhm.
Often even the supervisors are.
Yeah,
they're
they're
they're actually
lenient
chill
with
with
it.
that. And let me say the supervisors are really helpful.
That's good. Shout out to
really-
the supervisors,
yes.
you guys.
You have had good experiences? They've helped you with things.
Yeah, obviously.
For me in my
The-
dorm,
For when I first
you don't
when I-
visit your dorm. They don't know that you
I
exist
don't
in
know
your
if it
dorm.
happened with you, but on my first day in dorms, the supervisor told me the rules. Like
Yeah.
he explained the rules and helped me in several stuff.
Mm-hmm.
for me on the other side, I had a horrible experience with supervisors.
Oh really?
Yeah, there was this one supervisor who's, I'm not gonna mention his nationality, so there's no racism.
No
It was
racism.
freshman year. He was so horrible. He used to just cause trouble for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So some days I go back to Dubai, okay, and so I don't sleep in the dorms. One day in the week, for example. So he wants to know when I'm here, when I'm there. So he wants to check up on me.
Mhm.
One day, okay, that week I spent all of it in Sharjah, in here in dorms. So he wanted to check up on me, and I was very tired. It was a long day in university. I went back to dorms. I was closed all the lights, finished everything, and I'm sleeping in bed. Okay, he calls my dorm at 12:30 a.m.
Oh.
Calls my room.
What the hell?
Who calls a room at 12:30? Not only that, I first time I ignore. I think it's a dream or something.
Mm-hmm.
Second time he calls again, I take the phone and I close it.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
sleep. I'm in the middle of my sleep. He comes to my room and he knocks. He knocks and he knocks and I just want to sleep. I go to the
Wow.
room. I'm like, oh, okay, what? He's like, I just want to make sure you're here. Bye.
Oh my
I
god.
wanted to strike
Imagine someone doing
Wow.
Speaking of the phone, that's why I always remove
Disconnect.
Yeah, exactly.
Disconnect
That's
the
what I'm gonna. That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, you couldn't just disconnect it.
After that, I disconnected the phone. After that, that's it.
They don't cause you trouble if you disconnect it, right?
They tell you, but
They
you
will
just
knock the
ignore
door.
them.
What did
They
they
will
tell you?
keep
Some of
knocking.
them, some of them wouldn't care about it. But for his case, there's always in each dorm. There's always like, for example, each dorm has 5 supervisors.
There's always that one.
That one.
Yeah,
Uh,
he was the one.
Yeah, he's the-
Alhamdulillah, he went away after freshman year, or I
That's
think
good.
he went away sophomore as well. There's another guy. Most of the other ones though, they're very, very friendly, very, very nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy. Only one other guy who was there in the morning. He was just so strict with the rules.
Oh, the senior
Yeah.
supervisor. The senior supervisor should always be strict. by
He was
the
very
way.
strict with the rules. But other than that, he wasn't abusive. Like he wasn't like doing trouble for no reason like this
Yeah.
guy. But that's it. Otherwise, a positive experience with the supervisors.
Okay, now speaking about dorms, you both stay in dorms, right?
Him
Okay.
more than me.
That's not the point. Like, would you recommend to have your own room in the dorm or like be with someone?
Ooh, I think that's a big question.
It depends on the person.
I'm private.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It
my own.
depends on the
It
person. That's why I'm
depends, like,
asking
how
both of them.
100%
Yeah, he
on the
has an
person.
answer and I have an answer.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Start off with yours,
Okay.
because it's easier.
For me,
Hopefully.
I'd always have to have like company with me.
Mhm.
I can't like I don't want to live alone in a room. Like, it would be so boring. I always like to
Have
someone
action,
to talk to
action
or
in the room,
yeah.
and because
someone to play,
Action?
play around.
no, like action. I mean,
Yeah, action. All kind of action.
no, guys, like not this kind of
anything.
action.
Everything happens in the dorm.
Well, it's his opinion, you
Stays
guys.
in the dorm.
Sometimes.
Everything that happens at the dorm stays in the dorms.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll tell
yeah,
you my
no.
side. So first, I love the whole room, private room by myself,
Mhm.
and it was amazing when I had a lot of friends from school who were in dorms with me.
Okay.
Okay, those friends would all come over to my room. My room was bigger, right?
Mhm.
So they all come over to my room. They weren't private,
Mhm.
and we'd all have fun in my room. Okay, that was cool. But then when many of them left, and then some of my friends who are in dorms, we weren't so much. We don't
Mhm.
hang out. We do hang out outside, but not in dorms.
Mhm.
So then the private rooms started getting lonely. The private rooms started getting boring, and then I wished that I had
Oh, yeah.
a semi-private room with someone there. So in the beginning it was amazing, but when everyone like خلاص, when I was all by myself in that room in the
Mhm.
dorms, then it started getting boring. I'm all by myself not because others are not trying to be friends with me, but because I enter dorms at 12 and I leave at 8 or something around that time.
Do you have
So
time to feel lonely?
I don't have time.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on, man.
Go at the 12. Oh, I am alone. Go sleep.
You see, I don't sleep directly. I spend hours before sleeping just in dorms doing nothing, thinking about things.
Insta.
But like
Sending
know-
memes.
every roommate has his own rules or stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
To-
yeah.
To me, that's satisfaction. For me,
I find it annoying, to be
yeah,
honest.
for me, like, and for most of the guys that are with me in the dorm, just keep the toilet clean and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
will
that's
be
very
fine.
That's
important.
Yeah, that's
Just
important.
keep
I
the-
think the
yeah,
hygiene part
yeah,
is a bit
like,
Mess
important.
everything up. Just keep the toilet.
Yeah.
That's not so important, to be
I will
honest.
live there.
yeah,
I don't mind.
But then again, don't you feel like annoyed when like you have a roommate that doesn't follow your rules?
I mean, this is one of the problems that.
Yeah, exactly.
Roommates,
That's why.
That's
that-
why, like.
For me, if I'm gonna be in dorms, I would like to have my own room.
Yeah.
I would really like to have my
See,
own
it
room.
would be annoying if that roommate is not your friend.
Yeah, it would be a really like
But
it
it's
would be really
awkward
annoying.
like- and awkward.
It's kind
Yeah.
of fun if he's your friend because you'd curse him and he'd curse you back. It would be
Yeah, but
something
then again,
funny.
okay. You'd curse him, you'd fight, but then again, you're friends. But would he listen?
Sometimes.
That's the thing, that's the thing.
Because he's your friend, he has to respect your rules.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you don't have to put a lot of rules. Like come on,
True,
like,
true. Like for example, the toilet thing.
yeah.
If you have a roommate that doesn't.
This would be a disaster.
Exactly.
Be a disaster. But yeah, my roommate like.
Anyway, guys,
That's
I
good.
think
That's
this is the ending of the podcast. We are trying to make it short so you guys can watch.
Not feel bored.
Yeah. Anyhow, guys, please follow us on Twitter at IC1 PODCAST. The podcast will be online on iTunes, Anchor, and Spotify if you live in America.
And as well, the video and audio will be on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Please, guys, subscribe, follow, everything. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll have the highest views.
Oh, someone's
doubt
too
about that.
confident.
No
I mean,
doubt
there's a
about that.
competition. We'll see.
Let's see. We'll see
Uh,
which of our guests has the most.
Yeah. Anywho, guys, this is the ending, and
Thank
bye
you,
bye.
thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for the host.
Bye bye.
Anytime. Bye bye.